We are an endangered species, you and me. We, fans of speed. We, devotees of power. We, lovers of performance and beauty and mechanical soul. There are few places that welcome us now. We dare not speak of cams or cranks or double wishbones. We fear for our love of roaring V8s and the smell of burnt rubber. We're told to think of economy and the environment, not excitement and enjoyment. In an age of hybrid this and lentil-matic that, we are the odd ones out. Yet there is hope. There is a haven. A place that celebrates speed, grip, gears and fun. And it's all here for you to explore.
If there's one thing Turn 10 Studios doesn't want to do with Forza Motorsport 4, it's force you into playing someone else's idea of a racing game. For this game, it's all about letting you find your comfort zone, pick a driving style and a handful of cars that really suit you, and just sort of live in your own private Forza. Nowhere is that more apparent than in the new career mode known as World Tour. A number of tweaks and changes to the career mode make for a much more open-ended experience than what you'll find in Forza 3, or, in fact, pretty much any other racing game on the market. The first big change is the way driver level works. In previous games, you'd be automatically gifted a new car every time you collected enough XP to reach a new level. Sometimes that car was exactly what you wanted, other times it was a Volkswagen Touareg. Problem was, it was one predetermined car at every level of the game. Now you're given a choice, handily organized by theme. The first level of the game offers you a choice of nimble subcompacts like these cute little things that you see right here. As you level up, you'll be greeted with other choices like zippy hot hatchbacks, sport coupes, and Trans Am legends. Some of those collections, like the subcompacts and hot hatches, give you around a half dozen cars to choose from. Others are more like boxing matches between iconic classics where you get to choose the winner. What you wind up with is a garage that feels a lot more personal than it was in Forza 3's career mode. You won't always find a car that you're in love with at every new level of the game, but for the most part, when you cycle through which car you want to take into an event, there's a much more substantial feeling of ownership knowing that you weighed the pros and cons of all those cars versus the competition. You're the one who chose to bring home that car, and that's an awfully nice feeling. Even nicer, you didn't have to pay one virtual cent for it. And then there's the way World Tour events are structured. If you remember Forza 3, you'll recall the whole calendar system that took you from one specific event to the next. Those events were largely determined by which cars you had in your garage, but there was only one event to choose from at a time. In Forza 4's World Tour, you're instead flown around to different tracks throughout the world and given the choice to race in any one of your cars. Just pick a vehicle you want to race in and the game will give you a few different event options like rear-engine cars only, Audi versus BMW, or even silly things like Top Gear bowling. The result is a game that gives you a lot more choice over the cars you take from track to track as you jaunt around the world. The track order is still chosen by the game though, so if you don't want to go to Spain, tough, you're going to Spain. If you're having a hard time choosing which car to fall in love with, you might want to check out the new Auto Vista mode. This feature of the game lets you get up close and personal with a number of cars in the game and examine them right on down to the most ridiculous levels of detail. In fact, you can learn even more about them with little information bubbles that teach you about certain parts of the car. But if you just want to be entertained, you can also hear what Top Gear's Jeremy Clarkson has to say about them.
This is a Lexus. I know, doesn't look like one, does it?
Just brace yourself for some jokes about your car's country of origin.
GT, not the GT40, because unlike that car, it's more than 40 inches tall, so Americans could fit into it.
All throughout the game, you'll find a number of new tracks to drive in, like the fictional Bernese Alps track, or the very real Infineon Raceway in California, and the Hockenheim Ring in Germany. These new tracks are complemented by classics from previous games such as Maple Valley Raceway, Road Atlanta, and Mugello. Altogether, it looks like Forza 4 is ready to carry on Turn 10's tradition of offering simulation racing games with enough breadth to appeal to lots of different racing fans. You can expect it to arrive on Xbox 360 October 11th.